Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If you are new to this channel, then welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I am going to start by shuffling the Energy Oracle Cards deck and channel whatever message needs to come through for our collective here. Do keep in mind, I channel many different groups of people, messages, specific pieces of information, so only take what resonates with you personally. However, if you would like me to channel more specifically for you and your situation, double check that you are subscribed, because by subscribing, this does allow me to more consciously pick up on your energy and channel more specific messages for you. 2 cards to get us started. Okay, someone feeling really emotional about an energetic imbalance within some form of soul connection with Magician and the Mirror. This is traditionally one of my 2 twin flame cards in the deck, although technically speaking, it could be referring to really any very powerful, intense soul connection where there is a lot of energetic bond, a lot of back and forth, energetic soul communication. The person I'm picking up on here, I feel, is a divine feminine with the sacral chakra card here being represented by a feminine looking angelic being. I see someone looking in one direction and looking in the other direction. I feel that the divine feminine I'm picking up on here has found herself pulled in 2 directions. And it's funny because before I started recording, by the way, I did hear a dog barking right before starting this recording. So someone here could have a dog. For some reason, I heard golden retriever energy, which can be used to refer to a masculine who is very loyal, very protective, very warm, very supportive. So I feel that whoever I'm picking up on here, and again, this reading won't be for everyone, but this divine feminine is dealing with 2 different masculine energies. And this is causing her to feel really emotional. The first masculine energy is someone from the past with attachment in the upright position, someone that she still feels very much connected to. But with this person, I hear codependency, so there may have been a codependent dynamic between you. With this person, there was I'm just seeing like a lot of explosive kind of energy, a lot of triggering back and forth, highlighting each other's wounds and negative patterns, but also a lot of activation. I'm hearing the first activated you, like this person catalyzed you. You may even consider this person to be what some refer to as a twin flame catalyst, a twin flame who enters your life for the purpose of awakening you, activating you, aligning you with your soul's purpose, which of course is every twin flame connection. But I feel that when some people use the term twin flame catalyst, they mean that in this form of twin flame connection, sometimes you go through this intense activation that highlights again all of these internal wounds, patterns, potential areas of codependency, highlights a lot of karmic patterns and cycles within you, but then leads to so much explosive energy, so much triggering that in these catalyst situations, you may end up needing to physically separate, to extricate yourselves from each other for a period of time because of the extreme intensity of the energy of the triggering. With rest and rejuvenation reversed, I'm getting that like anxious feeling in my stomach. I feel that being with this person more closely in the physical created a lot of feelings of anxiety. I'm getting like a fight or flight mode kind of feeling from this connection, like it would engage your sense of panic, your fight or flight mechanism. However, it also really broke you out of certain negative cycles and patterns. It activated you. Connecting with this person caused you to really begin connecting in with your true sense of self-worth, but through the fire, through a lot of pain. Someone could have fire sign energy in their birth chart here. The number 13 card came out, and I'm laughing because earlier I recorded the Monday collective energy update and reading, the readings I do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in this reading, I can't remember if it was the first reading or the extended on Patreon, but either way, the number 13 came up and I said it could be considered either extremely lucky or extremely unlucky. And sometimes meeting this person feels that way. It feels simultaneously like the best thing that ever happened to you because it spiritually awakened you, it activated you, it changed you at a soul level and radically began realigning you with your highest soul's path. But at the same time, it can feel very unlucky because of the way it triggered you, the way it felt so intense. Again, a lot of these feelings of anxiety may have came up to the surface. What I see happening at present in this connection is the divine masculine here is really beginning to ground in, to stabilize in his newfound sense of spiritual self. He's going through a very intense individual spiritual awakening, which is why potentially you felt that this connection has been on pause. The words Christmas, molecular, and village came out here if that connects with anyone. With the word Christmas, I feel that you and this person together have the potential to, there is the potential, and keyword potential, because I feel that potential hasn't been fully activated, especially on the side of the masculine, but there is this potential for this to be a very generous, a very giving connection. But only when both of you are fully in your power, fully healed, fully awakened. Because I'm getting that when one of you is wounded in the wounding, in the shadow, this can go from being a very generous, open-hearted, beautifully reciprocated connection to getting very twisted around. And specifically, I'm seeing that the masculine here, although naturally I sense he does have a very generous, compassionate, giving spirit, that is the spirit of his inner self, his true soul self. I get that sometimes in the physical, when this masculine is wounded energetically as he has been, there is the tendency to actually show selfishness or even an over-fixation on money or finances that might look like greediness. That word greedy is coming out as a label, a judgment word that some might apply to how this masculine may act selfish, self-absorbed when he's trapped in some of his own wounding. But again, his natural spirit, his true nature is compassion, is generosity. And I feel that you, divine feminine, you've always seen through to this true nature in this masculine. But the confusing thing is this true nature has really been masked by the person, the persona he has embodied in the physical due to his own unaddressed wounding and patterns. which has left you, Divine Feminine, potentially doubling back. I feel kind of stop-start energy from this blossoming abundance reversed, like you may have started to move forward with this person and then turned back. You might feel yourself pushed forward with them and then pulled back. And even though you're someone who is highly intuitive, it could get very confusing at times because your intuition 1 second seems to be telling you, yes, green light, we're moving forward with this person. And the next minute seems to be telling you, use caution, move forward hesitantly, pull back. It feels like your intuition is constantly telling you go forward and then pull back. It's not that your intuition is wrong. It's actually that your intuition is so powerful that it is immediately responsive to the slightest shifts in this masculine's energy. So it's like your intuition picks up when he begins to stabilize in this spiritual awakening, when he begins to open himself up through the heart center, through the sacral chakra. But then as he begins to shut down, because of course healing, awakening isn't a linear process. It's a series of ups and downs that, yes, ultimately trends upward, trends towards expansion, healing, growth, alignment with the highest self. The problem is your intuition is so responsive and you are so deeply connected with this divine masculine that you are feeling and responding to the dips and the upswings along that very non-linear path of his expansion. You are feeling it all. You are feeling everything is what I'm getting, which again is why with Blossoming Abundance Reversed, you'll suddenly feel like, wait a second, I need to pull back. And then other times you feel like, wait a second, I need to push forward. Again, nothing is wrong with you. In fact, it's very much the opposite. You are so intuitive. You are so responsive energetically and in tune with yourself that you feel every valley and every peak in this masculine's journey of soul expansion. It's part of what can make this connection so triggering for you. It's because of how deeply interconnected you are with this person. I feel a lot of admiration coming from this masculine in the present moment with appreciation upright, but also the need for you, Divine Feminine, to really tap into your own reserves of self-love, to cultivate an inner sense of self-love instead of with attachment upright, externally attaching yourself codependently to this masculine's admiration of you. This might be a major dynamic coming up for you for healing, learning to seek that validation, that self-love from within, rather than relying on him externally as a consistent source of that appreciation, admiration. Now, the complex thing about what's happening in your life, whoever I'm tuning into here, there is now this secondary masculine energy who's getting golden retriever energy from, meaning very loyal, very protective. The word musical is coming out for someone. So you and this person may connect through sharing music, sharing songs. This person may be a musician. They may be writing songs for you or something along those lines. I want to get some information on this second masculine for whatever I'm channeling into here for this specific Divine Feminine. Strategy reversed. Okay, so this is a masculine who lives in the present, and I hear them saying the present with you is very good. So this is someone that you may be connecting with more immediately, more in the physical 3D world, more in the moment. This is someone who has a very youthful energy about them or who has a young soul. However, with Angel of Balance reversed, I feel that this person's tendency to live so much in the moment does actually make them a bit unbalanced in a way, because they don't really tend to plan for themselves, for the future. They kind of just take life as it comes to them. So you, Divine Feminine, might at times perceive this person to be a bit too present focused. You might perceive them to be a bit unbalanced in the sense that they don't really balance their own planning, organization, structuring of their life with going with the flow, with that present moment living. They're kind of just all there in the present. You met this person, Divine Feminine, along the process of raising your vibration with the temple path uprights. I feel that the first masculine we channeled into there is someone that helped you to cut away some of those ties, those karmic energies, by highlighting them and triggering them so intensely within you. But as you began to cut away at those dynamics, your vibration began to rise. So you started rising with higher vibrational timelines, higher vibrational versions of yourself. And in doing so, you opened yourself to being able to align with higher vibrational forms of connection, such as this specific secondary masculine coming through. I feel that this is a high vibrational soul connection. It could be a soulmate. It could be a twin flame. Only you will know for you specifically. But for most, I'm getting that the first masculine will be a twin flame. And this secondary masculine energy is a very high level soulmate that you connected with because the first connection helped you to cut away some of those lower vibrational ties and energies and raise your vibration to the point where you began balancing your inner masculine, your inner feminine, raising your vibration, and you were able to align with a higher form of soul connection. Now, I did say that for most, the first masculine will be a twin flame, but that might not be the case for all because we did get the twin flame card here as well. Getting twin flame cards for both of these masculines means that they are both very, very high vibrational soul connections. And in fact, because these connections are both so ancient and profound, I'm getting that some divine feminines, you may have found yourself confused, wondering, some people listening, you may have had moments of wondering which one of these people is my twin flame, because I thought the first person was my twin flame, but now I'm feeling such intense magnetism pull within this secondary masculine connection. And know that you're not crazy. It's just that you feel such an intense pull to both of these individuals because they are both very high vibrational forms of soul connection. I feel this second masculine is someone who has a very open spirit, an open mind, an open heart. That word open just keeps coming out. The country of Greece came out here for someone, but I'm getting that this might just be for a few people listening, but some listening, you may have had a past life in Athens, in ancient Greece, specifically with this masculine energy. And in this past life, I see him being someone who was very successful and supportive of you, Divine Feminine, in this past life, doing some form of creative work. I feel like this may have been painting, art, music, something highly creative. And in this past life, you had a very warm bond, a warm connection. This masculine was someone who was either very socially, financially, or politically successful. I'm actually getting this may have been all three. And you were somewhat part of high society in ancient Athens, ancient Greece, whoever I'm speaking to here. But you had a very warm, secure connection. You felt supported in this life to be able to create, to be able to do your art without needing to really think or focus too much on finances, on even social things, on political things, because in this past life, this divine masculine very much provided the structure of those things for you, provided the space for you to be simply creative in your element. I do feel that in this life, this masculine is offering you the same kind of support with Magician and the Mirror upright and Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in the upright position. It feels like this second masculine wants to offer you a very happy, fulfilled life. And they seem open enough to be able to make that offer to you, a new beginning with the Sun card upright. You may have been through a lot of darkness, a lot of chaos, a lot of heavy energy with the first masculine. And this second masculine is spiritually kind of coming in to say, hey, like, you've cut away a lot of these karmic patterns, energies within yourself. And I am here to support you into this new beginning if you choose to step forward with me. However, I feel that as compared to potential past lives with this person, you in this life chose as a soul to go through more of an intense spiritual activation process, which is why you didn't meet this person earlier, why you had to meet the first masculine prior. Because within your soul's blueprint, your plans for this life, you chose to be more profoundly spiritually expanded and activated, which involved a lot of triggering of these deep-seated unconscious wounds and patterns, but resulted in you actually being able to balance your inner divine masculine and divine feminine in this life in a way that in past lives you didn't, because you didn't need to. Again, in a past life, whether it was ancient Athens, if some of you were resonating with that specifically, or whether it was different circumstances, the key is in a past life, this second masculine was very supportive of you, doing whatever creative endeavor you wanted to do in life, but you were never pushed to really need to be independent, to really need to develop a sense of strength and confidence and courage within yourself, because you were able to rely on this external masculine in that past life to be your strength, to be your courage. In this life, you chose to go through very, very challenging circumstances that would put you in situations of feeling very much alone. And some of these may have had to do with the first masculine. And as a result, I'm hearing these trials, these trials of fire have molded into being the spiritual metal of which you are now made. You've gone through those tests of fire. And I now feel like this second masculine is coming in as a potential secondary option for you, almost saying, okay, you've gone through a lot of intense spiritual expansion and activation in this life. You've done a lot of what you set out here in this life to do. And now this second masculine is almost presenting you with an opportunity to simply allow yourself to be supported a bit more for a while, to, in a sense, take a break from some of the intensity you've been feeling and going through as a soul, and to simply live more in the present, to enjoy your present moment life more, to enjoy being supported by someone so open-hearted, open-minded, who wants to support you. But again, you have free will here, and only you can know what forms of soul connections these are. Both of these connections feel very high vibrational. Either could be a twin flame connection, and only you really know for sure. And even regardless of which is your twin flame connection, I get that spirit, your guides, your higher self are giving you options here. You do have many choices and options in love, because you have done the inner work of raising your vibration to a point of being capable of attracting in these higher vibrational forms of soul connection. So I am going to pull a final card here for you as well from the Rumi Oracle. But before I do that, if you are resonating with this reading, I have created a subliminal meditation for the awakened divine feminine. Now, this is very powerful for you as a divine feminine soul, because this subliminal is designed to uproot any limiting beliefs, negative patterns energetically within yourself that are stored through the subconscious mind. Subliminals are directed to rewrite the programs of your subconscious through unconscious affirmations embedded within the meditation tracks. So meditating with this will help you to uproot and release any limiting beliefs you may be storing preventing you from accessing your full true power. And it will also rewrite these beliefs so that you become more magnetic for everything you desire in life, continuing to raise your vibration to attract in the fulfilling, meaningful soul connections that you desire. If you are connecting with a twin flame divine masculine counterpart, this subliminal will rebalance your connection energetically as well, because as you shift into your true divine feminine power, this catalyzes your divine masculine counterpart to shift into their most awakened divine masculine state as well. So this subliminal comes from my website, soundandsoulful.com, where I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So as you can see on the screen, on this website, I have subliminals for love, relationships, for material manifestations, for money and business success, for mood shifts like confidence, happiness, anxiety relief, for twin flames, and for so much more. And you can access and try out any subliminals I've created completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website. And again, all of the information on that awakened divine feminine subliminal is below. So 3 cards came out from the Rumi Oracle. Typically, I only pull 1 card from this deck, but I felt really guided to pull 3 because I feel there is a progression here of energies and a message within that energetic progression. So the first card is the right choice. And I feel this card represents you, divine feminine, finding yourself at a choice point, wondering which way you should go, specifically when it comes to these 2 masculines, wondering which person you should choose to connect with, which direction you should choose here. And in the process of trying to make this choice, potentially feeling a bit confused, disempowered, with Angel of Strength reversed, feeling very uncertain. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook for this card to hopefully bring us some guidance when it comes to making this choice or decision. On the path of love, there is not so much wrong and right in the moral sense, so much as what is wrong or right for you. The mind cannot help so much here. Only the heart can speak such truths. The mind may reject it, recoil, analyze, and find all the reasons why the simple truth, the right choice of the heart, cannot possibly work and only lead to pain. So, can you give up what you have planned, believed, or decided? Let the heart wisdom that silently and constantly broadcasts its pure and true intention into the fertile womb of the universe lead the way instead. So, wow, beautiful first message. Let your heart lead the way when it comes to making this decision. Do not move from the mind, what makes sense through the ego, through the conscious mind, but what feels right to you in your heart and soul. Allow your heart to guide you. Now, the second card here is a new gown. If only you could see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a more potent way than ever before. So really what I'm getting from these 2 cards is, again, there's no right or wrong choice. You have free will when it comes to making these types of decisions in your life. Follow your heart. Let your heart lead the way. But also, regardless of which path you choose in the moment, what is really happening within you is a profound realignment with your highest version of self. And that is to be your main focus at this time. This evolutionary leap on your spiritual path that is already underway within you, that you can feel taking place within you, raising your vibration, aligning you with more high vibrational people, relationships, things, experiences in your life. And the final card is the courage of your love. And I'm just going to read a little bit from this card here to close out the reading. Your heart shines with courageous love. You are an ancient one with a heart older than the mountains. You are being asked to free yourself from the too small loves of the youthful hearts and come to understand and accept the wisdom of your mature hearts. Your ancient heart loves the soul and will roar like the lions of love at the wolves that would casually devour it. Trust in the courage of your hearts. Stand true in your own hearts. You are not to give in to less than you are worth. Wow, that feels like a really beautiful closing message. Follow your heart. You are experiencing an evolutionary shift on your soul's path, and be courageous in your love, specifically in your self-love, not accepting less than you are worth. So I hope this reading helped you in some way along your soul's path today. If so, I would love for you to subscribe and join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more Twinflame content, energy updates, information, and inspiring material. The link to the Awakened Divine Feminine Subliminal Meditation, for those of you who are interested in exploring more about it, is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Otherwise, I am wishing you a beautiful, magical rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.